Hi guys, welcome to another episode of Guru Gyan, and this is Dev Guru, and this is a review of the game between Chelsea and Everton. Another 3 points, and it's the domination continues for us Blues in the Premier League after Thomas Tuchel's arrival. Who would have known that a few weeks before we would be bragging about so many wins, we would be bragging about history. We were all we were all ready for a sustained period of, let's say, patience. ठीक है, हम लोग इसके लिए ready थे, but we are not ready for a sustained period of let's say no losses so far, which is great, absolutely great. Just coming back to the game, it was good, but it could have been better as well. I mean, that's the luxury that Thomas Tuchel has afforded us, and I would really like that luxury throughout my life as a Blues fan, and talk and just focusing on the takeaways that I had from the game. I feel that one, Kai Havertz was exceptional. Because yes, two goals were scored in the game by the Blues. One from a Jorginho penalty, and one from a deflection from a Kai Havertz shot. So it was actually chalked as a known goal, but for every Blues fan, it almost felt like it is a it is a Kai Havertz goal. So I think so we took it in that zone, but. Regardless, it was a great game for Kai Havertz because of the fact that he could finally show the ability to just sacrifice his defensive responsibilities, because he didn't have to defend much in this particular formation. He was playing off Timo Werner for a long amount of time, almost throughout the tenure that he was on the pitch for, and he was just asked to he was just asked to press in a certain area of the pitch in the final third, and that is about it. So that was it for Kai Havertz basically. So that's why he could conserve the energy to then drive through and then drop back, create spaces for others, and create spaces for himself as well. Roam into spaces himself as well, because as a Rom Dutter, which is a good position to hold. Thomas Muller actually did that really well for FC Bayern, and that is the kind of play that Kai Havertz falls into. He needs to roam into spaces. He needs to identify those spaces, small spaces, and then drag defenders into it and probably create spaces for other people as well in that particular position. So that is what Kai Havertz was doing really well throughout the game. And sometimes when defenders didn't follow him, he used to turn really well, and he just used to drive into channels, because Everton were leaving a lot of spaces in the channels, and that's probably how we got a first goal as well, because Marcus Alonso just exploited the spaces between the channels, and Kai Havertz was there in the right position in the box, and his shot just got majorly deflected into the goal. So that was. That was pretty evident. Even the second goal, a clear penalty. It was a no-brainer, definitely a no-brainer. And I thought Timo Werner will step up to take the penalty, but then Jorginho again with the dance to get another goal to his name. And yes, it was a 2-0 win. We could have got more, because we had a lot more chances. Marcus Alonso also getting a chance, and yes, there were a couple more chances as well. We could have got more easily, but then yeah, as I said in the beginning of the video, Thomas Tuchel has offered me the luxury to complain about negatives. To complain about negatives after a 2-0 win, which is absolutely brilliant. But just coming to the second part of the review, that is Anders Christensen. I mean, he has just with every game he is developing into a defensive beast. But in the last game, we actually saw a lot of attacking responsibilities from him as well, because if if you could notice, as a Chelsea fan or any other football fan who has watched the game yesterday, you could notice the fact that Everton were defending, were man marking all of the other players apart from Christensen, because the three defenders that they had at the back, the three centre backs that they had, they were marking out Timo Werner, Kai Havertz, Hudson-Odoi. The wing backs are marking our wing backs, and basically Richarlison and Dominic Calvert-Lewin were marking out us, our the other two centre backs. and the two central midfielders, Andre Gomes and Sigurdsson, were marking out Jorginho and Kovacic. Alan was given the responsibility to just sit in front of the back three and marshal that space between the lines. Uh, that was the whole picture that was in front of Chelsea whenever they were building up from the back. So Christensen was given a lot of time and space on the ball whenever he was on it, because all of his passing, because Everton were busy in blocking out all of his passing lanes. He tried to pass out wide as well in the first 20 to 25 minutes, but Reece James was very closely marked by Luka Dean, and same goes on the other side as well. So they couldn't actually build out from the wide spaces, which they are very much renowned to do, Chelsea. So that's exactly why Christensen's ball playing ability came to the fore after a certain phase of time, and that's how we started coming into the game more. We started pumping balls into the final third of the pitch from Christensen, because that's how probably a lot of our game was played as well, so that we could break the lines and then move along. We could progress the ball a little bit more further up the pitch. Christensen was very vital in that zone. Again, about his defensive prowess, I mean, it is very hard for Thiago Silva to probably claim an automatic place in place of Christensen in the side, and I feel that is a good dilemma to have currently, because to whoever I have talked in the Chelsea fan base, it seems like the triumvirate of Christensen, Aspi, and Rudiger is a very well settled triumvirate for Chelsea currently. And Thomas Tuchel, if he has to bring back Thiago Silva, he has to ease him back through probably some like ineffective Premier League games, which are coming up for us soon. We have West Brom also coming up pretty soon for us. So West Brom, Leeds, some of those not so much informed teams coming up for us in the next few games. So Thiago Silva can get a run in some of those games, but I feel that in many of the prime games that Tuchel feels that this is a game where the attackers can give us a sweat. So I think so. The triumvirate that will play will be Christensen, Rudiger, and Aspilicueta, because these three are just fit the bill for Thomas Tuchel, because of the fact that I'll explain why. Because now if you position Christensen as that primary centre back, like a cover centre back, and you position Rudiger on as a LCB, and Aspilicueta as a RCB. Now Tuchel's tactics are designed in a manner where the wing backs have already, while in possession, the wing backs have already moved a lot forward, and the wing backs are always occupied by the opposition's wingers or the opposition's wing backs, for example, and it always gives time to the two centre backs flanking the middle centre back. Yes, it didn't give. Yes, Everton were positioned in a manner in which they didn't give much time to the left centre back and the right centre back, but the left centre back and the right centre back always have time to move down the channels and progress the ball themselves. We have seen that a lot in Tuchel's games as well. They like to break the lines because they know that Jorginho and Kovacic are occupied by two players definitely if the opposition is set up in that manner, which they have been in most of the past few games. So that is how they break the lines, Chelsea, and I think that is a very good tactic to have. That is why we probably need a Rudiger and an Aspilicueta in there. Thiago Silva, if he comes, if he can only come in place of a Christensen in that matter, because Christensen doesn't have that ability to probably charge as a centre back. Rudiger has that ability to charge as a centre back. Zuma has the ability to charge as a centre back. Aspilicueta has that ability to charge as a centre back, because obviously he's naturally a full back. But yes, Christensen doesn't have that ability. So I feel that even if Thiago Silva comes into the picture, he will come in place of Christensen, and it's pretty unfair on Christensen to sit out at this particular juncture. So that is why that is what I feel about that whole Christensen and Thiago Silva debate. Now coming on to the run of games that Thomas Tuchel has in front of him, it is pretty clear that we need to take 3 points from most of the games that we have, and definitely after around 6 to 7 games, only then do we start facing any of the top four teams. So for the first 5 to 6 games, it is fairly easy for us, and we can definitely go on a run of 3 points and go on a run of 3 points in that zone. And with Atletico coming up next, I feel that could be a test, because Atletico will be wounded. They won't. They would want to get back at us, but I still believe that even with no Mason Mount, it will be good for us, because Thomas Tuchel, again, if he wants to sit back, he can. He's defensively very sound. He's a defensively very sound coach, and he's made Chelsea into that zone as well. I was seeing some stats as well for Chelsea. Yes, we have scored a little bit less than Frank Lampard's last 7 games in charge when we compare those stats, but defensively we have just overpowered Frank Lampard's last 7 games in charge, and that is what matters when it comes to key Champions League ties, especially. And that is something that will give us an upper hand against Atletico in the second leg. So I hope we do wonders in the coming few games as well, and against Atletico in the second leg as well. I'll be here reviewing all games and probably previewing some games as well. So hope to catch you up. Hope to catch you guys soon in the next few videos. So that has been me, my time, and take care, guys. See you in the next video.